Hello, Ken. This is my Michigan versus Maryland post-game analysis, and part one of the two-part phase is complete. Before I break things down too much, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell down below. I greatly appreciate it. So part one's done. What was part one? Take care of Maryland. Don't overlook Maryland looking ahead to Ohio State. And we didn't, so part one is complete. Part two, show up for Ohio State, because after watching the Michigan State-Ohio State game, ooh, buddy, this is going to be a tough matchup. That's going to be a very tough matchup. I don't want to touch on that too much, though. We're focusing on Maryland, and we played well. We played really well. I don't have anything to complain about, really.
This is my first time in New York City. I want to be happy here.
Other than, okay, I got one complaint. Why is Dan Villari getting so much playing time instead of just leaving J.J. McCarthy out there? I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Harbaugh does not want a quarterback controversy. He just doesn't. He's not going to play J.J. McCarthy in those mop-up minutes because he's going to go out there and he's going to look great. And people are going to want him to be the starting quarterback, right or wrong or in between. I can't find any other reason why you would be playing Dan Villari instead of giving J.J. McCarthy those meaningful reps. You've burned his red shirt already. Why aren't you giving him those reps? That's a poor coaching decision. You have to be able to play J.J. McCarthy, and if you still want Cade McNamara to be your guy, then you have to block out the noise. I don't care if that makes the fan base start calling for J.J. McCarthy. You're doing him a disservice. You're doing your team a disservice in the future if you don't give him those snaps. There's absolutely no reason why J.J. McCarthy should not be getting those. I don't even care if it's against Maryland's backups. I don't care. Every game rep is a meaningful rep, and J.J. McCarthy needs to be getting those reps. So there's no reason why Dan Villari should be in there. That's a travesty. That's poor coaching, in my opinion. That should never happen. J.J. McCarthy's your future, and you're not doing everything you can to get him ready. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Is Dan Villari ever going to start at quarterback for Michigan? Nope. I hope not, or we're in a really bad spot. So why is he even out there getting those reps? I don't understand. That didn't make any sense to me. I will complain about that. All right. Enough of that, though. Let's focus on the game. Scion Haskins, 20 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. JJ had 2 carries for 19 yards and 1 touchdown. Donovan Edwards, 3 carries for 8 yards. So mostly Hassan Haskins. And Maryland was just selling out to stop the run game. That's all they were doing. That's why the numbers aren't really gaudy. But, that's all they were doing. That's why Cade McNamara went 21 for 28 for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. J.J. McCarthy was 5 for 5 for 58 yards and a touchdown. Again, this is why they don't want J.J. McCarthy out there for long periods of time, because kid's a baller. He just is. And if people were to watch him play series after series and see the things he can do, they'd be screaming for J.J. McCarthy, I think. Personally, I've been calling for him for all season. Does anybody watch Cade McNamara and say, that's the guy that can beat Ohio State? Yep, that's the guy. He's going to lead us to victory against Ohio State. Spoiler alert, I'm not picking Michigan to beat Ohio State. Did you watch that Michigan State-Ohio State game? Anybody? Yikes. Ohio State's scary good. They are much better than they were to start the season. If Ohio State and Oregon played right now, Ohio State wins. Easy. They are a very, very good team. Cade McNamara, I do not have faith in Cade McNamara being able to make enough plays to score enough points to top Ohio State. I don't see it. J.J. McCarthy should be the guy. He should have been the guy all along, but that's neither here nor there. I said I wasn't going to talk about that. I'm just looking at their stats, and I'm like, really? Anyways, Donovan Edwards, 10 receptions. That's right, 10 receptions, 170 yards on touchdown. Struggled to get going a little bit running the ball out of the backfield, but man, what a weapon in the passing game. Really looking forward to his future. He looks great. We got a lot of young players that are looking good right now. Cornelius Johnson, 4 receptions, 39 yards. Dalen Baldwin, 4 receptions, 31 yards. Roman Wilson, 2 for 25. Sainer still 1 for 13, a touchdown. And what a touchdown it was. What an amazing grab to one-hand that and pull it in. Incredible. Schoonmaker had 2 for 11 and then 1 touchdown. Love the play call. I love that play call right down there on the goal line. I think they're on like the 2-yard line. Little play action, hit the tight end in the flats. It's a beautiful thing. A.J. Henning, 2 for 11. Eric All, 1 for 5. All was a little banged up, didn't play much. Andrew Anthony, 1 for 18. Also a great catch. Really had some great catches in this one. And you have to, because, quite frankly, Caden McNamara can't throw an accurate ball. If you watch his footwork, my brother pointed this out to me while we were watching the game. I had never really paid attention to Caden McNamara's mechanics, but his footwork is terrible. Awful bad. His foot is never pointing towards the wide receiver he's throwing to. He's rarely driving through the football, which is why the ball floats on every pass he has. It's bad mechanics, and it causes inaccuracy. It creates accuracy issues, especially when you're throwing the deep ball. You got to step into it. You got to point your foot at the receiver, and you got to loft that thing out there, and it doesn't. Watch his mechanics sometimes. Watch his feet in particular. It's bad. Throwing the football off of your offensive lineman twice off their helmet in one game? Terrible. What are you doing? I understand he's a little bit short. Find the passing lane. Why are you just throwing the football into the back of your offensive lineman's helmet? I'm sure he doesn't appreciate it either. Anyways, a good day by our defense. We only had 2 sacks in this one, which can be a little bit misleading. Maryland was just getting the ball out as quick as they could. They knew that they weren't going to be able to block Michigan for long periods of time. Every pass that they had was basically a 3-step drop and fire the football out, or a 5-step drop and fire the football out. No deep drops, no standing in the pocket, none of that. They were doing everything they could to mitigate that pressure from Michigan, and the only way they could find to do that was to just get the ball out early, which is also part of the reason why they only scored 18 points. DJ Turner, great game. That interception for a touchdown was fantastic. I think DJ Turner is the most improved player on this defense. I really liked him. I thought he did a great job before taking over for Green. I thought he continued his great play after taking over for Green, and it's just continued to snowball as the year's gone on. He's clearly our best corner. Very, very nice game for him. Daxton Hill had a nice game. Obviously, Hutchinson's a monster. He is everywhere. He is NFL talent. Not just as a pass rusher. His ability to run all the way out into the flats and cover those plays in the flats is just insanely good. How does he do that? I don't. He's Superman. Everybody knows it. Ajabo as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they're both top 10 NFL picks. They should be. They're amazing. Very, very good. Rod Moore, I continue to love his play as a freshman at the safety position. Moten, I thought, had a really nice game. He's been quiet most of the year, but he had a nice game in this one. Made a couple of nice plays. But yeah, overall, we played a great game, and we did what needed to be done. Took care of business. Tagovailoa was only 19 of 33 for 178 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. An average day, but for the most part, not good. Definitely not good enough to get a win. The Maryland's run game wasn't terrible, for sure. 11 carries for Fleet Davis had 11 carries, 71 yards. Pretty solid day. McDonald, 18 carries for 68 yards. Not bad. Tagovailoa added 8 for 30 and a touchdown. So overall, the rushing numbers were pretty solid, quite frankly. And unfortunately for them, they were playing from behind pretty much all game. So at some point, you just have to start throwing the ball. And they couldn't generate any deep plays, really, and no big splash plays. Michigan's going to make you take long drives, make you execute on every play. Not going to give up a lot of big plays. So overall, it's a great game. We went out and took care of business. Didn't look beyond Maryland to Ohio State. It certainly would have been easy to do that, but I felt like everybody was pretty dialed in and took care of business. I think the team has played that way since the Michigan State loss. They know it's do or die. It's win out, or you're not going to be able to make it to the playoffs or even the conference championship game. But the door is open now. The door is open. So if you can find a way, I don't know how they're going to find a way, but if you could find a way to get past Ohio State, then then you got things going your way. But yeah, for Maryland, they took care of business, did what needed to be done. The team looked dialed in. They looked pretty solid. And other than a few, misplays here or there, overall played pretty well. The 59-18 victory. Take that any day of the week. That's it. That's all I got on this one. Remember, all love, all the time. Peace.